Hello, everybody on live and also those watching the replay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm going to jump straight in because I have a bit of a habit of going on tangents and really sharing a lot. So I want to make this absolutely the best that you can and fit in as much as I can in as short a time as possible. So if you are tuning in, what I ask you is to pass all of your old learnings. The truth is, a lot of you potentially may have been here on this planet for longer and you may have more life experience and whatever it is for you. But the beautiful thing that I know is I know this work. And you might have done a lot of personal development or mindset work before, but the approach that I am going to be sharing today potentially and probably most likely is going to contradict a lot of the things that you may hold true. So what I ask you to do is just let go of everything and really allow what you learn today to wash over you. And at the end of this session, you just get to keep what resonates and let go of the rest. But when you actually are here, you playful out, turn your phone on do not disturb. I just did that just before. And really allow yourself to be coachable, be receptacle to everything that I'm going to be sharing. So obviously, this is create before you're ready. This is a revolutionary approach to feminine success because up until now, you have probably been waiting to feel a certain way before you can go and do the things that you want to do. Hi, beautiful Kim. Welcome in. I've just started. I've basically just said, create before you're ready and just park all of your old learning, show up fully, put your phone on do not disturb and really try to be as present as you can be. I completely understand that you may have kiddos trying to pull you in all different directions, but show up, playful out, and I know that you're going to get so much out of this. So let us rip in. This event tonight is your permission slip to stop healing, to stop fixing, to stop doing anything that you think you need to do before you can start doing the things that you love. You must, and you will be gifted your own permission slip because the only one that can give you permission is yourself to start creating today. Who's excited about that? I'm excited about that. Please pop as much noise as you want in the chat box. I will be looking at it as often as I can. Like I said, I am going to be sharing a lot, so I might skim over it, but please, get in there, ask questions, do whatever you need to do. This is a quote from one of the beautiful women who's already in the Superconscious Sisterhood. And she said, when I heard the words, "You're not broken and there's nothing wrong with you," that changed everything for me. And I want you to hear that too. And you might not believe that yet, but know that with the structure that I'm going to teach you tonight, you will actually allow yourself to start to believe that you are not broken and there is nothing wrong with you. So my journey, for those who don't know me, I'm Bree. I'm the founder of the Superconscious Sisterhood, which is an amazing sisterhood that allows women to step into their fullest truth, let go of all of their limitations, and live their heart's desires. But before I found this, before I created this, I have been on a journey probably exactly like yours. Because the reason that you're here is because you are limited in the way that you're living your life right now. And I felt like that too. I was the woman who was always going to learn more. I knew from a really young age that I'm here to serve people. How that really was going to show up, I wasn't sure. But I went to uni and that didn't feel like it was for me. So I dropped out. And then I was really successful in sport. But what I felt like when I was in sport, what I was doing is I was like, oh, I finally have a platform to be able to share more, to be able to share, how I can help people to live their truth. And then after that, I went and I got my holistic wellness certification. And then I got my sex and relationship certification. And I just kept adding all these things. And I went on this journey of healing my relationship wounds, healing my childhood wounds, healing this, healing that, everything that you could do. I was doing it. I was, doing Vipassana, silent meditation, 10-day retreats. I was here, there, and everywhere. I was trying to fix myself into becoming the woman that I wanted to be. I was just always preparing myself. But the thing about always trying to prepare yourself is, when do you ever just go for it? I never felt ready. I never felt capable enough. I never felt like I was enough to just start. And this might be resonating for you. And if it is, drop a yes in the chat box or just nod your head and be like, yes, amen, sister. I know what that feels like. And it's exhausting. So the breaking point for me was realizing that this readiness, this like a journey of trying to be something before I could go for the things that I loved, was a trap. And you might be starting to realize this too. You might start to be feeling like you're forever on this pendulum swing of trying to get away from where you are. And then these big life events come up, or the emotions come up, or whatever it is that comes up that disrupts you from moving towards what you want. And because we've been told that we need to heal and fix and solve ourselves, our attention goes over here and goes, okay, you know, my inner child wound has come up. I need to go and heal that. And so the focus goes on that. And we go over to this side and we start working on ourselves, and we go to the next healing session, or we go to the whatever it is for you. And what happens is you just float back to that middle state. You float back to where you began, and you've never actually moved anywhere. But this cycle is so freaking addictive because you feel like you're moving. You're like, oh yeah, I'm in momentum, I'm doing it. And then something comes up and you go, oh, it's not for me. Oh, you know, another this, oh, another roadblock. But when you actually stop and take a look back and a look at your life from a perspective outside of yourself, you see that you haven't actually moved at all. What I call this is problem solving. This is the pendulum swing of problem solving. This is the pendulum swing of preparing yourself, of fixing yourself, of waiting to be ready, that will never actually get you to where you want to be. And this might be really controversial for you to hear. And you might be like, whoa, Brie, like this is a big stuff that you're saying. And it's true. To be honest, most of the personal development world and most of the healing and spiritual community really are enforcing that you are broken and you need to fix or heal yourself before you can have the things that you want. Let me tell you why that doesn't work. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so I can draw a little picture on my whiteboard. So the reason that it doesn't work when you're in this problem-solving pendulum is that this is how it goes. So you go, okay, right now, this is my current reality. This is where I am, all right? Right now, life is whatever it is. And I have a desired reality. My desired reality is someone drop something in the chat box of my desired reality. Maybe it's a love relationship. Maybe it's more money. Maybe it's the business that I desire. Maybe it's whatever it is. Let's go with more money. It's such an easy thing for so many people to relate to. So let's just say in the desired reality, let's do them all. Why not? We've got all of this money. We've got the love relationship that we desire, and we're just living a life that we love. So we're super happy. Let's go with all of the above. Why not? And so what we say is, okay, like right now, good night, baby girl. The realities of being a mama. So yeah, in our desired reality, we're saying, okay, life is going to be amazing. I'm going to have all this money. I'm going to have the love. I'm going to feel great. And it's going to be so much better than right now. So what we're saying is right now, you know, I only have a little bit of money. Let's just say I've got a broken heart or no relationship, and I actually feel pretty shit. So what this is, and this is the reason, and this, if you take away literally one thing, let it be this. We have an identity. Identity over here, wealthy, in love, happy. We have an identity over here. Not much money, heartbroken, sad. The thing about our identity is it doesn't want to change. Our unconscious doesn't want to change. Our identity will literally do whatever it can to stay the same. So if your identity in your current reality doesn't match your desired reality, there's a big old fat cross. You cannot actually have it. And this is why going for things that you think are going to make your life better don't ever eventuate. You can't create like this, because this is what happens. You say, okay, this is my current reality. It's shitty. It's not good enough. I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that's in your self-chat. And you go, all right, I'm going to take some action to fix it. I'm going to start making some extra money. I'm going to start a side hustle. I'm going to go out there and start dating. I'm going to do the things that make me happy. And you take some more action. And then what happens? The emotions come up. Oh my God, I'm not worthy of this. It doesn't feel okay. It's not safe. All of that stuff. The life events happen. Your kids get sick. Someone, some crazy thing happens out of the blue. And you go, oh, stickers, what? And because you've been told that you must heal and fix and solve yourself, when the resistance comes up, you freak out. And then you go and you do the next healing or you do the next whatever it is. And all that happens is you just swing back to this same existence. And the beautiful thing is you go and you do it again. And you just exist like this. You go back and forward and back and forward and back and forward, and nothing actually ever changes. Who can resonate with that a little bit or a lot bit? I'm going to share my screen again. Who enjoys that we're just diving straight in? No fluff here. Let's get straight to it. Let's just jump in, share the big truths, and actually, really allow yourself to change. That is not the right block. All right. So that was the breaking point for me when I realized that I was just trying and trying and trying to actually become ready. And I was like, when does the actual being happen? I was in this ever evolving becoming. And I would literally say that to everyone. Oh, right now, this is my era of becoming. I'm getting ready to do it. I'm getting ready to start coaching. I'm getting I need to prepare more. I need to this. Like if I literally would have stayed in that forever if it wasn't for understanding what I'm going to teach you tonight. I was always seeking outside of myself for more information, for more courses, for more knowledge, for more. One of my main limiting identity, there's 6. I'm not worthy. I'm not capable. I don't belong. I'm not perfect. I'm not safe. And there's another one, and right now it's slipping off the top of my head. So it's not important that you understand which one it is. Just know that if you are staying in that limited perspective, you're going to stay in that problem-solving orientation. For me, one of my main ones, I'm not capable, and another one, I'm not good enough. And so I was just in this cycle of endless healing, perpetually preparing, and I was just problem-solving my life. And you might be thinking, oh, yeah, I'm there too. And that's okay. The real cost of this is that dreams just stay dreams. Time slips away because you're always just preparing. And your true power and the true reason that you've been put on this planet remains dormant. Sounds pretty grim, to be completely honest, but that's okay because you're going to learn a whole new way tonight. And I'm so excited to share this with you. There is another way, like it says on my screen. It's called magic. Magic is literally the structure of success. Magic is what has completely changed my life. When I realized, and it actually finally landed with me, that 1, I am not broken and I don't need fixing before I can have the things that I want. And the way to actually create it is through this framework that I'm going to share with you tonight. My whole life changed. I stopped trying to heal myself. I stopped trying to be ready. And I just went out there and started taking the action and started stepping towards the life that I have now. And now I've created this incredible sisterhood. I live in the middle of the bush on a beautiful island. I have a beautiful daughter. I'm creating all of the things that live in my heart. I spend my life doing the things that light up my soul. And this is just the beginning. There is so much more for me to create, and I'm on my way to that too. And this can be your truth as well with this framework. So let's not gatekeep anymore. I'm here to give everything to you so that you can do this too. The 5 steps of magic are, and don't stress, I'm going to be going into each of these in great depth in the next few slides. And we're also going to be actually doing this together as we go. The reason that I want to do this, sometimes I separate this into learning and then implementation, but I think that it's really important for today, just for the fact that I know that you've committed to showing up here and I value your time so much. We can just combine it and do it all together. So the first step is make a true choice. The second step is align vibrationally. The third is to create a gap, which creates structural tension. The fourth is investigate, unpack, and recode. And the fifth is complete aligned action. If none of that is making any sense, do not worry. I'm going to be going into it like I just said. Before I do go on, I did send out a beautiful pre-learning to everyone, and I really hope that you watched it. If you didn't, I'm going to give you, as we go along, I'm going to be weaving in the information that was in that. Just know that there is so much else and so many other levels and layers that go along with this, but I'm going to be teaching you the basics as best I can in as quick as I can for you tonight. So what is possible when you actually step into using this structure of magic? When you get it, experience magic becomes your new normal. This is what one of the girls in the Superconscious Sisterhood said. And this is true. When you learn how to create, because you're no longer problem solving, you're no longer fixing, you're no longer doing anything, but actually putting your time and energy and essence into what it is that you're choosing to create, life becomes magic. And on a side note, you might also seem a little bit crazy to everyone else around you because you no longer subscribe to the random bullshit that we've been pushed on us since the moment we've been born. So let's get into it. Magic. First step, make a true choice. A true choice is something that you love simply because you love it. It's not something to solve a problem that you have. It's not something to make yourself better or to be worthy or to fix or heal or solve yourself. A true choice is something that you love purely because you love it. And it doesn't have all the secondary intentions. Today, I'm going to choose a true choice for us because when we start in this work, we actually have 4 core orientational choices. When we learn how to actually orient to these 4 choices and know that you can actually choose to have them right here and right now, and every other reason in your mind that says that you can't is literally a belief that you can just purely let go of, life starts to change. So those core 4 choices are, I choose to live a life that I love. I choose to be the predominant creator of my life. I choose to live my true nature and purpose, and I choose health and vitality. And for tonight, and for the ease of everyone that's on this call, we are going to choose the choice, I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And how can that not be a true choice? Is that not just the most beautiful thing? All of those choices are the most beautiful thing. Why would you not want to live a life that you love? Why would you not want to be the predominant creator of your life, the one that chooses to go for the things that you want? Yes, you are always co-creating. That is truth as well, but you get to choose to be the predominant creator. Who doesn't want to live their true nature and purpose? And your true nature is to be a creator, and your purpose is to create the things that live in your heart. And obviously, choosing the end result of health and vitality is just like chef's kiss, the cherry on top. These are the foundations of the work that we do. So I would love everyone to write down, I choose the end result of living a life that I love. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually define what that is, what that looks like, what that sounds like, smells like, feels like, tastes like. And the reason that we're going to do this, we're going to move on to the next step, which is align vibrationally. Whoop, we went too far. So step number 2, I've already started to go into it. It's align vibration. We do this through doing a closed eyes active visualization meditation. The reason that we do this is because a closed eyes active visualization is such a powerful way to start to condition your unconscious. Remember when I said that your unconscious, the identity, it doesn't want to change? It's because you can actually change it now. When you're choosing a true choice, something that you just love, that's not trying to solve or heal or fix you, and you can start to align with that right here and right now, and you feel the way that you want to feel. You see the things that you know you're creating. The key of it is feeling, because your unconscious, which is what I'm talking about, your unconscious operates in the realm of feelings. And quick recap for anyone who didn't get to watch the pre-learning, we have 3 levels of consciousness. We have our unconscious, which is what I'm talking about right now. You might call it the subconscious in the work. I'm going to be calling it unconscious today. This is the aspect of the realm of feelings. And this was coded up between the ages of 0 and 7. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to draw this because this is really potent. So 3 levels of consciousness. First level, I'll draw a little timeline. This is when you were born. This is when you are 7, and that's when you die. And there's a little arrow up this end. Oh, yeah, we can just see it. So our first level of consciousness is our unconscious. And this actually starts in the 3rd trimester. So you start creating unconscious memory while you're still in your mother's womb. And this might be something that you have never heard of before. And people say so often, oh, it's okay. Babies don't remember anything. Babies don't, you've actually started coding up your emotional code for the rest of your life when you're still in your mother's tummy. And it is fully coded up by the time that you're 7. So your unconscious, which is your vibrational set point for everything that is allowed into your life, is fully formed between the ages of just before 0 and 7 years old. So everything that you experienced in this part of your life gets a big old tick of safe and survivable, even if it was horrendous, even if it was abuse, even if it wasn't thriving, you survived it. Your unconscious literally just has a yes or a no. Did I survive? Yes. Okay, put that on the list of safe and survivable. Did I survive? Yes. Put that on the list of safe and survivable. And then your unconscious will do anything to stop you from changing, because all it is here to do is to keep you alive. And the only way that it knows to do this is to repeat everything that you experienced in those formative years. So who's felt that before? Who's felt like, oh my God, I'm repeating that pattern again. I'm repeating that pattern again. Why am I still attracting shit men who don't value my, I don't know, who I am? Why am I still living out the same feelings of poverty? Why am I still not expressing myself fully? The truth is, the reason is because in that time of your life, you weren't allowed to. Next level of consciousness, you're self-conscious. This is 4 years old. I forgot to add a number. So your self-conscious, you might want to call your ego, your thinking mind. It's a really important aspect of our consciousness. It comes on board around the age of 4. And obviously it goes until you pass to whatever it is that you believe you pass on to. Your self-conscious is also super important. Let me give you an unconscious, a self-conscious. We've got another one coming up soon. There's so much noise out there about having ego death, trying to get rid of this part of us, trying to be in the higher realm. But what I'm here to tell you today is that your self-conscious, your unconscious, and the next level of consciousness that I'm going to talk about are all as important as each other. There is no actual hierarchy of consciousness, because when we use them all together, this is when we become a powerful creator. Your self-conscious exists in polarity. Your self-conscious has a good and a bad, a right and a wrong. And so it goes through life wanting to have a good life and wanting to be good and wanting to do the right things. And so this beautiful self-conscious part of you is going to be your logical aspect, the realm of thoughts. And yeah, like I said, when you get to realize, once you get up to, you've been born, you're 7, you're now however old you are, self-consciously, logically, with your rational brain, you say, okay, well, I want to have lots of money. And so you go out there, like I was showing you before, and you start taking that action. And then your unconscious comes up and goes, hell no, girlfriend, you were not abundant in that age of 0 to 7. Like, you did not experience financial abundance as a small person. This is not safe and survival. I will do whatever I can to stop you from having something new, because new hasn't been given that tick of approval. So even if new is the most beautiful thing for you, your unconscious is going to try to stop you. And so you may be feeling, and I know I felt like this too, that there's this internal civil war going on. My mind wants one thing, my body's saying something else, and I just feel like I'm fighting against myself to have the things that I want. And this is when the third level of consciousness comes in, and this is where everything changes. We actually have a third level of consciousness, which is a forever memory. It's been here before us. It'll travel on forever after. This is our superconscious. I like to draw it like this just because I think I'm funny. Oh, I did it really, really shocking. Superconscious. Look, I can even do it with my fingers now. This is our superconscious. Our superconscious, I love it now. Our superconscious is our God within, your higher self, whatever it is that you want to label it. In the work that I am sharing tonight, I will call it your superconscious. Your superconscious is the realm of information. This is the aspect of you that knows I'm just source consciousness having a human experience. Doesn't care if you're thriving or if you're surviving. It is just like, hell yeah, I'm here. I'm incarnate into this sick body and I'm living, and that's enough. So the magic is, and we're going to get into this as I go through, and what we're going to do today is actually experience this. And before I go, while I'm on the tangent of drawing a lot of things, I'll do it. So basically the magic of what we do, what I do, what the women in the Superconscious Sisterhood do, is that I'll use the metaphor of water. So your unconscious is like ice. This is your unconscious. Your unconscious is like an ice cube. It is set, it's solid, it's formed. Your self-conscious is like water. It fills the container that it's in. Your superconscious is like vapor. They are all the same thing. They all have the same components. It's water as, ice, water, and vapor. What we do is we rise everything up to the level of superconscious information. We shift you over to a new vibration that actually aligns with the things that you want. And then we bring it back down into a new container. And then into a new ice cube. So we literally allow you to align all levels of your consciousness with what it is that you desire. Can you see how that's different from, so this is your desired reality, and this is your current reality. Can you see how that's different to trying to fixing and solving and healing yourself? All you do is you rise to your highest level of consciousness and you say, okay, as her, and you're going to experience this tonight, which is going to be super cool. As her, it looks, it sounds, it smells like this. My identity is this. My beliefs are this. And then we just bring all that information back down to your self-conscious and back down to your unconscious. And we literally change you at a cellular level. We literally create new neural pathways in the process that we're going to do tonight. Freaking cool. All right, I'm going to keep sharing. Who's excited for that? I'm excited for that. I'm excited for you all to experience that. Like I said, I like to go on tangents. Everything is a little bit, it'll all make sense. Actually, one more beautiful metaphor, because I love metaphors. This work is like a puzzle. The more that you're in it, you'll just continue to pick up the puzzle pieces. And then all of a sudden you'll look down and you'll be like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. So just stay with it. Take everything that's there and watch as the puzzle comes together. So our second step is align vibrationally. What we're going to do now is, like I said, we're going to go on that active visualization meditation, because our unconscious doesn't know the difference between a lived experience and a closed eyes active visualization, because it operates in the realm of feeling. And I've said this before, but it's really important for you to understand that when you can start feeling the way that you want to feel now, your unconscious will say, oh, that's not so bad. That's safe. That's survivable. So to start to condition your unconscious now is so important. And we're going to do that. So when you're ready, I'm going to take a drink of water. I invite you to get comfy. We're just going to go on a short little meditation journey. You're not going to have to know anything or do anything. You just get to listen to me and go on this beautiful adventure to experiencing that end result of living a life that you love. So I'll give you a little second to get comfy. If you want a cushion, if you want to lay down, whatever feels good for you. I'm going to have a drink and then we're going to go on a little adventure. All right. So just taking a moment to feel into your body, seeing if there's any space that wants to be stretched or wiggled, or if your body is asking for more support, maybe that's a pillow or whatever it is. Start to get used to listening to what it is that your body is asking for and responding. And when you feel like you are comfortable, allow yourself to close down your eyes and let this be a beautiful invitation to let go. To let go of your day, to let go of anything that is running through your mind, and just choose to let go. And I invite you to notice the part of your body that is in connection with the surface beneath you. And notice that underneath that is a beautiful connection to Mama Gaia. And I would love for you to connect into your breath, and on the in-breath, connect everything, collect everything that isn't yours, and allow it to drain out of that part that is touching whatever's beneath you and back into Mama Gaia. And just working with this beautiful premise for a few breaths, collecting it all and letting it go again and again until you start to feel like you've come back to your truth, yourself. And if your awareness does wander, there's no need to force or try to shame. Just bring it back to your breath again and again. And I invite you to place 1 or 2 hands on your heart space and bring your awareness to the middle of your chest, starting to feel in and get curious about how it feels to connect to your heart. Just breathing, and it may feel really, really powerful to use the sensation of the beating of your heart as an anchor. Just start to witness, with no need to change or shift how your heart feels, just coming into communion with that energy in the middle of your chest. And from here, we're going to create that first choice. We're going to choose our choice. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And allow yourself to really choose it. Don't just choose it because I'm telling you to. Choose it because you want to. You are 100% committed to choosing. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And when you've chosen it, allow yourself to jump further down your timeline to a time and space when it's already done. When you wake up in a life where you can just say, I am living a life that I love, and you just get to make this up. And I invite you to be as big and bold and bright as is true to your heart. Allow your heart to be your guide. Where are you waking up in a life that you love? Wake up with the energy that just feels true to you. Notice what your bedroom looks like in a life that you love. Notice maybe who you're waking up beside. How do you start your day? What is the energy that is in your body? And now let's start to build your ideal average day. How do you spend your morning? What are you eating? How are you moving your body? What is all of the little beautiful aspects of you living a life that you love? Your ideal average morning. And now let's add it in. What do you do with your day? What do you do to share your truth in this world? Who are all of the people that are surrounding you? What are they saying to you? What are you saying to yourself? What are the things that you can see? Are you living near the ocean? Are there trees? What can you smell? Can you smell that beautiful smell of the dense forest? Or is it that salty sea air? Maybe it's something else altogether. Just allow yourself to start to build a full sensory experience. What are the things that you can hear? Are there birds? Are there sounds of others' voices? What else lets you know that this is true? What are all of the things that you're experiencing in a life that you love? And now just add in all of the extra stuff, the holidays, the friendships, the beautiful dinners, the adventures. Maybe it's a car, maybe it's a boat, maybe there's something else. Noticing your dream home. What is it? Just allow yourself to dream fully, to experience life as the fullest expression of your truth. And start to feel how good it feels to be living a life that you love. And when you're feeling that, breathe into it, expand it. Expand that beautiful emotion until it becomes the vibration of every cell in your being. And if it's tricky, I invite you to just keep playing full out. Keep allowing yourself to play in that place of knowing that you get to make this up. This just gets to be what it is you choose it to be. And when you're ready, you can slowly come back, wiggling a toe or a finger, coming back to my voice, opening your eyes. I'd love to hear what that was like for you guys, especially if you've never done that before. It can be so, so powerful. It is so, so powerful. Fun little journey. So that is our second step of magic. First, we make that true choice. For today, I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And then we align vibrationally. We step into the emotion of the woman that we're becoming. Our next step is gap. What we want to do now, and I'm going to draw it out again. Love to be on the whiteboard tonight. What I'm going to draw may seem familiar, but it's going to be a little bit different, and a little bit of difference is all of the difference. So once again, we have our desired reality. We have our current reality. And this is the diagram of creation. This is the diagram of magic, not problem solving, which you've been existing in up until now. So in this diagram, we just defined it. Our desired reality is a life that we love. And what does that look like, sound like, smell like, taste like? You just got a beautiful experience of that. So you've made this beautiful, you know where you're going. That's a target, by the way. You've created that target of where it is that you're going. And you're starting to create the identity, because you just aligned with it, of what that is like. So what we did, we made our true choice. That's our desired reality. 2, we aligned vibrationally. We know what it feels like. We know the full sensory experience of having it. Now 3, our G, gap. What we want to do is we need to notice our current reality. And a quick little backstory of me. The reason that we need to do this, and I forgot to bring a rubber band. Oh no, here we go. This one might snap, but it's here. We need to create a gap to create structural tension. So if you have something, if you just set a desire out here, it's just floating around aimlessly. What we need to do is say, okay, this is what I choose. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And it's like this, and this. And my current reality is this, and this. And there's a gap, because there is. And the bigger the gap, the more tension there is. And I'm a little bit nervous of stretching. Yep, there we go. Stretching it too much because it's going to snap, but that's okay. So we need to create tension. And we call this a tension-seeking resolution structure. When this is what magic is. It's a tension-seeking resolution structure, because without structural tension, without this pull, nothing moves. And when we create this tension-seeking resolution structure, a few really important things happen. The first is your unconscious starts to realize that this is more pleasurable. And as humans, we want to take the path of least resistance. We are wired to move towards pleasure and away from pain. And I'm not saying that your current reality is painful, although it may be, but your desired reality is more pleasurable. So it actually starts to teach our unconscious, I really want that. And what it does is it creates this gap, which starts to bring in your intuition, and it'll start to create any way that you can get from where you are to this. So this is really important. To create that structural tension is paramount. And to start to learn how to hang in that tension, it's definitely a journey, but it is important too. I used to be the woman who never even set intentions because I hated the word tension, because it felt weird in my body. And the truth is, it is going to feel weird in your body. Creating change is going to feel weird in your body simply because it's shifting your unconscious. And your unconscious, like we've discovered already, doesn't want you to change. So when you start to change, your unconscious is going to throw up the feelings and the emotions and going to try and stop you from changing, which, like I said, feels uncomfortable. But when you can start to realize that when you are shifting and changing, the discomfort is actually a part of the journey, you start to realize that if I don't feel this, or if I feel scared or worried, or I feel uneasy, what I say to myself now is like, oh, awesome. I'm actually growing. I'm actually shifting. You can change your perspective on literally everything. And when you shift your perspective on feeling uncomfortable to this means I'm actually creating the things that I want, your whole perspective of tension and sitting in that discomfort completely transforms. So like I said, this is, I'm going to keep going back and forth until we finish this diagram. So what we've done so far, made our true choice. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. Second, align vibrationally. We did our beautiful closed eyes active visualization. Third step, we created our gap. Oh, we haven't actually done that yet. So what I want you to do is I want to ask you, in comparison to that, the life that you love, what is life like right now? In comparison to the life that you love, what is your life like now? And I invite you to actually do the same thing that I just did with you. Go through, how do I wake up? Where do I wake up? What does it feel like in my body? What are the things that I'm doing in the morning? Who's around me? What does it feel like? What does it look like? This isn't a time to blame or shame yourself. This isn't a time to go back into that story of why you're not enough, not worthy, not perfect, blah, 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 blah. And your unconscious is going to want to go there. So this is a really beautiful time to start to practice being the observer. Practice sitting in that superconscious aspect of yourself when you can take the step back and just look at the fact that, okay, this is where I want to go. This is where I am now. What's going to happen when we do that is we're going to start to bring up all of our resistance. And you might start to realize it already. You're probably starting to feel it. Maybe there's emotions, maybe there's thoughts coming up, maybe there's, you can even hear voices of people that are important in your life saying certain things. And that's where this next step comes in. So our next step, this is step 4 in our 5-step process. It is investigate, unpack, and recode. So once we've done our 4 steps, MAG, we've created that gap, everything's going to start coming up. All of the beliefs about myself, I'm not worthy of having that. Who do you think you are to even want that? All of those things that were coded up in those 0 to 7 years is going to start to come up. Everything that's limiting you up until now is going to start to come up. It might be the feelings, there might be fears, the feeling of doubt, the feeling of sadness or grief. There might be beliefs of others. What do you believe about others that have the things that you want? Maybe there's a belief that, having the things that you want is just, it's unattainable. It's not realistic. Having lots of money is money is bad. There's so many beliefs that get passed around the dinner table that are just really, really limiting. But us as a little person, we needed to belong to our family. So we take on everything because in those formative years, in that 0 to 7 age, we can't survive by ourselves. So what we do and what we're wired to do as humans is to create rules about how we can get love, safety, and belonging. And we also create rules how we lose love, safety, and belonging. And then we just go out there and we recreate that for the rest of our lives. And we start to think like, why the fuck am I not creating the things that I love? And it's just simply because you're still creating from the perspective of an infant version of yourself. That's why you creating through the magic framework completely allows you to shift and change and become a new version of yourself, because we upgrade your consciousness. And the way that we do this and what we're going to experience now is we're actually going to do a super conscious rapid recode. So what that is once we've brought up all of this resistance, once we've brought up all of the beliefs, all of the feelings, everything else that's there, I'm going to ask again. We're going to do this really soon, but I'm going to explain it first. I'm going to get you to close your eyes. I'm going to ask to tap into your superconscious, which is, like I said, that third aspect of consciousness, your higher self. And the reason I can do that is because we are all one. We are not separate. We are all just source consciousness experiencing this beautiful human existence. And our field, or I'm not going to rub that off, but I'll draw it. So this is you. You are a little dot and you have your family field, and I'm a little dot and I have my family field. Ooh, that was no great circle. And then this is another person and they have their family field, and this is another person, they have their family field. And we all sit in this field that is super conscious. So when I tap into my intuition, when I tap into my higher self, I can read the field. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm going to be using commands such as superconscious, tag and treat the belief that I'm not worthy. Superconscious, there's an original event, it might look like blah, blah, blah. And superconscious, there's a metaphor of, whatever is there. I will be tapping in, using my intuition, and really, like I used the metaphor before of the ice and the water, rearranging everything so it can come into alignment with the woman who has your desired reality, with the woman who is living a life that she loves, who's excited for that. Literally, like I said, we are going to be creating new neural pathways in your brain, which is so exciting. The work that I am teaching you right now and gifting you right now is literally the most beautiful combination of cutting edge neuroscience and ancient alchemy. And it is just the most powerful way for you to actually just skip the bullshit healing cycles and just create the things that you love. And I know you're all going to get to experience it really soon, so I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. We're going to go on an epic journey. So before we recode, I just want to unpack a little bit more, and you don't have to, but if you want to drop in the chat box, I would love to hear it. When you ask yourself, what's life like now in comparison to the end result? What are all the things that start to come up for you? Is it, are there beliefs about yourself? Beliefs about others? Do you have beliefs around the world, how the world is? The world isn't safe. The world is unfair, unkind. The world is corrupt. Are there, what else is there? Are there family rules? There's things that have been told, like, we don't do this, we do that. What are the emotions that are coming up? Fear. There's always, I can already feel it. There's a lot of fear in the field. There's, the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of getting it wrong, the fear of, disappointing other people. There can be a lot of grief and heartache. There's also some events there around, well, I've tried it in the past and it hasn't worked. What else? Just allow it to all bubble up. And this can be really uncomfortable. And I really encourage you to get curious. Yeah. Am I capable? Yeah. There's always a lot of identity level beliefs. I'm not capable. I don't belong. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not perfect. I'm not safe. Yeah, money abundance comes up from the male in the relationship. Oh, okay, yes, women should be seen and not heard. Yeah, there's a massive theme in so many women of having that kind of that glass ceiling of like not outshining other women, not outshining the masculine, especially in abundance. So what else is there for you? What do you believe about people who have the thing that you want? Because it's really interesting to start to actually look at that, like I really want that. And then think about how you feel about people that have it. Oh, well, they must be luckier than me. Or, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Or, what did they had to do to get to that? And then like unpacking all the stuff around money, like money is evil, but I want money, but it's this and it's that. Like I just allow it to all come up into your active experience. And it can feel like a lot, and that is okay. The beautiful thing about the more that we unpack and the more that it comes up, the easier it is for me to read the field and give those correct commands so that we can align all of your levels of consciousness. So I'm going to keep doing this because the metaphor that I'm kind of sharing here is that right now your unconscious is over here and your self-conscious is over here and your superconscious just floating around doing whatever. But when we can actually align all of them with your heart's truth, that's when you can finally go for the things that you want with ease because you're no longer conflicting yourself. Yeah, they must have held help. They are lucky. It must have taken them a long time. Yeah, so many beliefs. I really want to ask this one last question, and that is, I really want it, but I really want to live a life that I love, but. And what comes after the but? Oh, what just came through for me, but is I really want it, but I'm not willing to do what it takes. Yeah, how can I do it? Oh, such a big one. Love, love, love that came up. The beautiful thing about creation is that we can't know the how. Because when we know the how comes from here. The how comes from our logical mind. And the only things that we can perceive from our logical mind is everything that we've experienced before. So if we haven't created what it is that we desire, we actually don't know how to do it. We can't know. And that's what one of the hardest things of shifting into this beautiful structure is, letting go of the how, especially from a society, from a way of being that is so logical, is so brain mind based. We want to know how, but we must surrender to creation. The only way that we can create is making that true choice, aligning vibrationally, noticing our gap, stepping into that structural tension, bringing up all our shit, recoding, which is what we're going to do now, and then taking aligned action. That's the next step. I'm going to do it after this recode, but our final step is completing aligned action. And I'll go into that. Now I'm going to go into it now because I feel like it's important to go into now, and then we're going to do our recode. So like I said, final step C is complete aligned action. Action is the highest form of communication to all levels of your consciousness. When you show up as the woman that you're becoming, you are her. And the more that you do that, the more that you be that, then it just becomes, it just is. So what I'm going to do when we do this recode is we're going to do the whole thing, bring up all the resistance, do all the commands so that we align you with your truth. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you a powerful question so that you can receive the obvious aligned action. And this comes from a place from your intuition, from your superconscious, from your higher self. It's not from your logical mind. It's not from your feelings. It is from that highest level of consciousness. And what has to happen is you must take that action. Without taking that action, you just stay the same. Even when you've recoded, and like I said, you create these beautiful new neural pathways and you create all this space and you let go of so many beliefs and all these things that are limiting you. If you don't reinforce a new identity, what happens after time is that it just kind of, it's like the hedges just grow over again. If you don't continue to forge a new path, I like the analogy of, like, you know, if there's a highway that the cars just drive on day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And then we create this new road. This is what happens when we do a recode. We create this new road. And what happens is the cars now you must keep putting the cars on this road. Because if you don't, the cars are just going to go back to using the highway. Does that make sense? And this beautiful superconscious recode is such a powerful tool, but completing the aligned action is the only way that you can actually have the things that you want. Despite so many things that are out there that says set the intention and it's done, we actually live in a 3D reality. Yes, everything is created twice. First in that 5D, first in the invisible, and then once again in the visible. But you must go out there and create the aligned action. You must go out there and take the action. I'm not saying that action is always masculine. It's not. Feminine action is also action, and that might mean rest. That might mean, you know, getting into the emotion of the end result. That might mean sitting with your intuition, but that is the aligned action if that's what comes through from your superconscious. And you'll understand what I mean when we finish our recode and I ask the question, and then all of a sudden something lands in your mind and you're like, wow, of course, that's so obvious. Why haven't I thought of that before? All right, let's do a recode. Let's have a beautiful time. Let's shift some consciousness. Let us experience the magic that is superconscious recode, and then let's move on from there. So once again, get ready, get comfortable. Might be about a 10, 15, max 20-minute process. So take a little moment to get to a space that feels good for you. Once again, asking how your body wants to move, asking what it is or how you can bring more relaxation, more ease, and more space into your body. And when you feel comfortable and ready, you can close down your eyes. And a beautiful reminder that the process that we're going through, no parts of you die. No aspects, no part-time personalities, no aspects of you die. We're simply treating the pain, letting go of the past pain, the past hurts, keeping the wisdom, and aligning with that new level of consciousness, with the woman you are becoming. I just want to remind all levels of consciousness of this, and that we're simply going for more satisfaction and more ease in life. And that it is a powerful choice that you get to make, and a reminder that you are always in control. We'll never go too far. This isn't hypnosis. You'll never be in an altered state of consciousness. And like I said, we're never going to re-traumatize the main personality. If there is something that's really big, a big resistance, we can literally just chip off a little bit of it, and we can do more of that in another time when you do another recode. All right. Once you've closed down your eyes, I just want you to set the intention to get the absolute most out of this. Set the intention to allow yourself to shift and become the woman that you're becoming. And from that intention, I ask you to give me permission, either out loud or in your mind. I choose to give Bree permission to connect to my superconscious. Beautiful. Superconscious, are you there? Yeah. Superconscious, do you see the end result? I choose the end result of living a life that I love, for all of those beautiful women on the call and everyone listening to the recording. Superconscious, please bring up all of the resistance into the active experience. Please do a massive change history and everything that's needed. All right. You may start to feel things shifting already. A beautiful reminder, you just get to listen passively. Expect nothing, experience everything. You may feel twitches, yawns. There may be emotional releases. You may experience nothing, and that's perfectly fine as well. Just allow yourself to relax and experience everything that comes. Superconscious, once again, just advising all levels of consciousness of the benefits of treatment, ensuring that they know that all aspects of consciousness are safe and none of them die, that we're simply letting go of pain, hurt, and limitations and stepping into an aligned consciousness, a mono personality where everyone can just work together to go for the things that we love. Okay, beautiful. Superconscious, please tag and treat all identity level beliefs that are causing resistance. Tag and treat the belief, I'm not worthy. Tag and treat all events that are associated with this belief. Find that original event that created the belief that I'm not worthy. It's in the feminine lineage. It's actually passed down. Superconscious, go back 3 generations. There's an original event in the mother's lineage. Find that event, tag and treat, do a massive change history and everything that's needed. And in its place, just plant the seed and just flip it. I am worthy. I am worthy, and I choose to live my truth. Superconscious, grow that new belief up through the timelines, tagging and treating all subsequent memories up until this timeline. Continue to tag and treat up until right here and right now, until that new belief, I am worthy and this is just me living my truth, is accepted on all levels of consciousness. Tag and treat the physical resistance around the stomach that's coming up. There's like a tension and a gripping in the stomach area. Tag and treat that energetically and also physically. Tag and treat the digestive tract. Tag and treat the throat and the throat chakra. Tag and treat all beliefs around it not safe to share my voice, that I don't have enough to say. If you don't have something powerful to say, don't say anything. Superconscious, tag and treat that throat chakra until balance is restored. Tagging and treating all beliefs that are held in this space, especially around suppression and swallowing my truth. There's a lot of stuff around safety of it. Tag and treat the belief that it's not safe to be myself. There's an emotional attachment, an energetic cord between main consciousness and the masculine. And I'm getting like this, the metaphor or the image of like a little girl crouching down and a big overbearing masculine presence that's like shouting and saying, don't say it, don't say that, don't do this, don't. All right. What is the belief? Ask. It's safer to say nothing at all. Superconscious, tag that original event, do a massive change history, tag that belief, it's safer to say nothing at all. Just continue to tag and treat until that is neutral. Superconscious, notice the belief that is in alignment with creating a life that I love that could have been created in this event. Choose that belief. I will use my voice to speak my truth. All right. Plant that new belief. Once again, tagging and treating all subsequent beliefs up until right here and right now. Continue to tag and treat. Tag and treat the physical sensations in the chest. Tag and treat the lungs. Tag and treat the fear of being ridiculed, put down, and shamed for being different. Please tag and treat there's a family entanglement, a family rule about our family is like this, and there's a lot of resistance of knowing that you are not. Tag and treat. Okay. With love and respect, sever all emotional, energetic, and cord ties to the family, including mother and the father, grandparents, and any other relatives that are causing resistance. Superconscious, reinforce that you still get to love these people. You just don't have to continue to hold on to the limitation that is their projection. Superconscious, notice that you can just turn around. Superconscious, noticing the metaphor of turning around and giving it all back. Thank you for these beliefs. Thank you for this baggage, for lack of a better word, but this is not mine, and have it back and just witness yourself handing it all back. Superconscious, yeah, tag and treat, continue to tag and treat, witnessing as those ties are severed and the energy is given back. Tag and treat all beliefs, all identities and structures that have been created through trying to belong. Superconscious, tag and treat the belief that I don't belong, and the fear of if I am myself, then I won't belong. Tag and treat the fear of leaving people behind, and reinforce the knowing that when I choose to step forward, I will naturally align with those who are in alignment with me. Superconscious, continue to tag and treat the discomfort in the stomach area. Tag and treat the large and small intestines. Tag and treat the duodenum and the colon. Tag and treat the ovaries, the pancreas, the wound space. Superconscious, notice all of the energy in the physical being and the physical body and the auric field that isn't of your own. With love and respect, just give it back. Tag and treat and just let it all go back to its rightful space. Oh, just take a breath into that. Superconscious, tag and treat. There's a part-time personality of like the one who wants to fit in. There's a desire to be liked, and there's a part who, let's call her the seeker, the one that is seeking external approval, validation. Superconscious, do you see that part-time personality? Yeah, tag and treat all aspects of her until she can just be in alignment with the woman that you're becoming. Know that there are so many aspects of her that are positive and beneficial in this journey. Just letting go of everything that isn't. Tag and treat the procrastinator. Tag and treat the overthinker. Tag and treat the protector controller. Tag and treat the wounded little girl. Tag and treat the good girl. Oh, okay. There's something bigger with the good girl. I'm seeing an original event. It's like a life rule has been passed down. It's from a masculine figure. It's like whispering in little girl's ear, like, you will never outgrow me. Ooh, subconscious, do you see that yet? Tag and treat. Notice that there's a contract with the masculine to not outgrow those that you love. Just tear that up, shed that. Oh, okay, there's some space there. Just breathe into that as that continues to process. And just come back and realize and reinforce superconscious that all it is the truth in your heart. It doesn't discount anyone else. That living your truth allows others to live theirs. Take a big, deep breath. Superconscious, reinforce on all levels of consciousness that it is your duty to live wholly and completely as yourself. Tag and treat all resistance to living as wholly and completely as yourself. I can feel this tension in the chest area. Superconscious, notice what that is. Yeah, I'm seeing the metaphor of like washing the heart. Like there's a big physical feeling of contraction in the chest. Superconscious, tag and treat, whatever that is, until we can feel that expansion and openness and coming back to love and truth. Superconscious, please tag and treat all chakras, aligning and allowing free vibration and truth. Tag and treat any lower vibrational stuck energy in the physical body, the auric field, the energetic body. Superconscious, tag and treat anything that's out of alignment with desire. Utilizing the sentence procedure, please tag and treat any resistance to these following statements. I am willing to do whatever it takes to create the life that I love. I am allowed to live a life that I love. It is safe to live a life that I love. I am supported. I am loved. I am enough. It is my duty to shine my light. Beautiful. Just taking a few breaths. Now I invite you to once again go to that end result. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And go here and notice that it might be bigger and brighter and bolder. Superconscious, do you see any remaining resistance to, yeah, cool. There's an energetic tie on the lower back body around the sacral chakra with love. Just sever that. Tag and treat that aspect of self that has 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Tag and treat the people pleaser. Tag and treat the physical tension in the neck, the upper shoulders, and the upper back. Continue to tag and treat all resistance until we are as aligned as we can be for today. All right, from here, take a breath, superconscious, ground all the memories that we've touched today back into the matrix of the universe and back into this beautiful physical being. Continue to stay with your eyes closed and stay here in this end result. Seeing through her eyes, breathing through her lungs, experiencing life as the woman that has a life that you love. And from here, I invite you to look back at the version of you that's on this call. And I know that you know how to do this. Time is just an illusion. You get to choose to just be her now, looking back at the you on this call. And I want you to ask yourself, what's obvious? What is the first step that I must take? And allow that intuition to land. And don't vet it. Don't try to change it. Just allow what's there. And if it is something a little bit abstract, I invite you to ask yourself, what does that mean for me? And when it lands, I'd love for you to come back, write that down for yourself, and commit. Really commit to showing up and taking that aligned action, because this is how you create the things that you love. This is how you become the woman that you know that you've been put on this planet to be. If anyone would like to share, feel free. If not, I'm going to continue on. That was a big recode. So much shift. So powerful. If anyone wants to share what that was like, I would love to hear. If not, I'm going to keep going. If you want to share, feel free to just pop it in the chat box and I'll get to it when I can. I'm going to continue on anyway. So from here, from experiencing this, who is ready to actually go all in on utilizing this framework to transform not just what we transformed today, but all aspects of your life? because this is where I'm going to completely unapologetically let you know that there is so much more that we can offer you, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to completely overhaul your whole life and really create your dreams. So let me tell you what that is. We are running an epic 5-day vision board event from February the 17th to the 21st next month, called Quantum Leap to Your Dreams. We ran this a few months ago and it was insane. It literally transformed lives. It is incredible. What is this all about? It says free. It's not free. It is a 5-day vision board workshop. It's not just your typical vision board workshop where you cut out pretty things and you put it on your wall and nothing freaking changes. We are going to be creating a clear, true vision of your dream life. We are going to transcend your current limits. We are going to access your superconscious genius, experience a completely transformational shift in perspective, and have clear action steps forward. And then on top of that, just like a sprinkled cherry on top, you're going to leave with a beautiful vision board. But what this really is a complete transformation of your consciousness in all aspects of your life. Love, relationships, money, true nature and purpose. It's all there and it's all going to completely change your life. So powerful. I could feel the energy shift from the different parts of my body. Yeah, so much release. 100%. That was a really interesting recode. I loved it. So who is ready to completely transform their lives for more satisfaction, more truth, to be living a life of fulfillment, purpose, health and vitality, having those relationships that light up your heart and the money that you choose? Like, honestly, who doesn't choose that? If you are, Quantum Leap to Your Dreams is the event for you. Don't just take my word for it. Like I said, we ran it a few months ago. Let's see what the other sisters have to say. All right. This is some of the feedback that we've got from our beautiful last Quantum Leap to Your Dreams. This work is revolutionary. I'm so happy and grateful I found the sisterhood. Thank you so much. So many aha moments, landings, and big shifts. Your energy is so infectious. I'm super excited for today's session. This year has been the most transformative yet. It feels so good to be me. I love that. Thank you. I feel completely different after the 5-day vision board workshop. I've noticed that I've got strong boundaries and I'm more outspoken. I've realized that, yeah, I can completely ask myself the right questions daily. It's just amazing. What a magic day too. We can create magic. I love being a part of this magic sisterhood. I felt like it was absolutely amazing. So much value and positive energy from me and all the other coaches, because it's not just me. There's 4 other insane, incredible coaches that also bring their unique flair and essence to this amazing event. And yeah, if you've loved today, get ready, because Quantum Leap to Your Dreams is literally going to knock your socks off. So this workshop, this 5-day workshop, will allow you to transform literally your whole life. It is for you if you're ready to stop putting off being her. And when I say her, I mean the fullest version of yourself, the woman that you know that you've been put on this planet to be. You're ready to manifest with more precision than you ever thought possible. You want to collapse the time it takes to create the things that live in your heart, and you're ready to step into a contagious momentum, into the contagious momentum of creating in a group. Literally, it's $55. This is insane. This is a little bit crazy, to be completely honest. You get access to the 5 days of complete transformation and all of the recordings for 55 Australian dollars. I'm going to pop in the beautiful link to jump in the chat box right now, because you'd be silly to miss it. Let's be honest, you would be absolutely bonkers. For $55, what can you get? Like a meal these days, to be honest. And you can have your whole life transformed. I think I need to stop my share so I can find the chat box. But here it is. Boop. That's the link. Jump on board. I'm going to keep sharing my screen. So like I said, $55 completely transform your life. You've got 5 days. We kick off at 8 a.m. each morning. All of the recordings are going to be there. You have access to that for life. You also, as a little bonus, you get a community support group. We have a Facebook group of everyone that's in there, everyone mingling and having a great time. You receive all the recordings and you receive a beautiful workbook that literally gets to show you step by step what we're doing each day, how to be in it. Everything is there and it is chef's kiss, amazing. So what happens if you don't say yes today? Like I said, yes, today was transformational. Yes, you have taken so much away. Yes, your perspective has probably changed and your consciousness has actually changed too. But if you don't continue to stay in that structure and in that focus and continue to work in the framework of magic, life actually will just go back to being the same. You will just continue along in life knowing that you are here for so much more, but you'll just stay limited by your conditions, by your circumstances, by your beliefs, and by everything else that you have allowed yourself to stay limited to for so long. So why not say yes? Why not completely transform your life? Don't miss this. The time is now. The time to say yes to the truth that lives in your heart is today. Choose your power. Choose to be the predominant creator of your life. Choose to claim the fact that you are here for so much more. If that is what you want, jump in now. We cannot wait to see you. It's literally in a month. It's going to be amazing. $55. What a bloody steal. We absolutely love it. I hope you have had an amazing time. I have had such a beautiful time sharing this work with you. This is like my absolute passion. I love transforming women's lives so that they can have the things that they desire. I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you all for showing up and I will see you all next time. Love you so much, guys. Bye.